Yesterday, Kiszla was sent home from Broncos practice. He has the flu. A little bit of a bug going around the Broncos locker room for the last couple of weeks. If Chris Harris Jr. had to cover Calvin Johnson, Megatron, would you be comfortable with that? There's a huge disparity in size. Chris is about 5'11", Megatron's about 6'5". Would you be comfortable?
There would be a back shoulder throw or two that Chris Harris couldn't quite reach, but I think Chris Harris can do a fine and dandy job on Megatron.
Plus,
I'm not worried.
He needs help, though. He needs some help. You want the safety coming over.
I think Chris Harris is the best cover corner on this team. And Kiszla has had an outstanding first 2 weeks, so I'm not dissing him in the least, but I think Chris Harris is even better.
I've got my safety shading over to that side of the field if Chris Harris has to play him. I'm with you. Chris Harris is fabulous. Might be the best cover corner in the league, but there's a big difference in size there, Wood.
Well, tell me what cornerback is tall in this league.
Well, Kiszla is at least 6'1", 6'2".
That's 4 inches difference.
That's better than 6 inches.
4 inches can make up. No, I don't know that's ever been the case. But I would say that Chris Harris Jr. will be fine. In fact, Chris keeps telling me he wants more more action on his side because they're avoiding him to the point of where he's almost become Louis Wright, where he's like a Maytag repairman in the old days when they did those commercials. He was alone all the time because Maytags didn't break down, I guess, until you bought one. But I would just say that Chris Harris Jr. would do great. But I also think if he went home sick with the flu, when you guess that, they didn't put him on a medical report as having his leg.
No, he could very well be out there on Sunday.
Oh, well, he will be. See, forgive me. I say this respectfully. You're losing sleep over something. The guy's got a cold, or he's got the flu, or well, you're worried about him not playing.
Did I say I was worried?
That's on Wednesday.
You don't look worried.
I'm not worried.
You look happy to be here.
I'm just kind of debating this topic.
That was on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days. It would have to be shingles or something.
So the flu would have to turn into shingles.
Well, based on what you're thinking, the flu.
I thought chickenpox turned into shingles.
It does.
Oh, never. Well,
I'm saying if it's
now we're giving a medical report.
If it's shingles, Tony La Russa managed with the shingles, so I assume both literally and figuratively he managed with the shingles. I would think that whatever Talib has, it's something that's not going to take longer than 4 or 5 days.
You're probably right, but we were wondering if it was a terrible case of the flu and he missed the game, what would the Broncos do and how would Chris Harris perform? Let's move on.
Well, if Chris Harris comes down tomorrow with chickenpox and he misses the game, are they going to have problems over there? These are hypotheticals. As Nick Saban told me once, I don't believe in hypotheticals questions.
Okay, then we'll move on to the next one.
No,
Peyton Manning.
Don't be offended. I'm just answering your question honestly. I don't see any way that he's not going to be out there, and you seem offended that I answered the question.
Not offended.
That way. Okay, all right.